Welcome to Carla. We're a family of 5 who left our old life behind to follow our dream. A dream of living the simple life together as a family. In 2022, we moved in with my parents to save up money for a sailboat. In August 2023, we were finally able to buy Carla, our one-off 42-foot steel hull sailboat, and bring her home. Join us as we go through the ups and downs of sailboat restoration. Hi.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Carla.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say sorry for the previous video. We had some issues with the music rights, so we tried to fix that and had to upload the video again. So unfortunately, we lost some of your comments, but we're very sorry. We're learning.
We did read them, but we didn't get to answer them.
Yeah, we didn't get to answer them, so I'm sorry about that. But as always, we're learning by doing, and also it's the same with the videos as it is with the boat. So we're gonna make some mistakes, and that was one of them. So, but
in today's video, we're going to have a look around the boat and have a look at the projects coming up. All the metal work we have to do. We'll go step by step through the boat, and we'll have a look at the different places we have to cut out and put some new in.
Yeah, maybe we will probably not get to all of them. We'll see how long the video gets, but at least
we'll cover them in
a later video.
Yeah.
But as for today, we'll go through at least the projects that are upcoming.
And we also have some new equipment we want you to see.
Yeah, we have some new nice equipment. That's gonna be good. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's been slow.
It's been slow. We've been
we
enjoying life with the holidays.
We had the holidays with the kids home.
Yeah.
For the last 4 weeks. I've been home for 4 weeks now from my work. I'm going back to work this Thursday.
Yeah. So then
for 4 weeks.
For
so
4 more weeks.
don't expect any videos to show up before.
Yeah. It's going to be at least a month from now, but we'll see how it goes. And Klaus obviously has to go to work, so that's just how it is with this channel. There's going to be some waiting.
A nice summer vacation.
It's lovely. Yeah. It's been nice weather, and we've had a lot of fun with the kids.
We made the stairs.
Oh yeah, we made the stairs. That's true. We did do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go have a look at the boat.
See what we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
As you know, we already replaced 2 big sheets in the aft deck. We still need to do some welding on them. Still need to fasten the deck beams and finish some of the welding. But as you know, the project kind of evolved suddenly, and we started ripping out the entire boat. But one of the other big projects we have down here is all the windows all around the aft cabin needs to be replaced. Originally, the boat had windows that were mounted inside these holes in the hull, a bit recessed into the hull. At some point, they were changed to these aluminum windows that has a collar on the outside of the hull, and then are glued in and then just fastened with some screws into the aluminum. But by taking out one of these screws, we learned that the screws doesn't have a hold in the window anymore. The aluminum has simply disappeared. So now all that's holding these windows is the glue, and we don't want that. Besides that, the deck beams has also been cut to fit the windows. So we actually only have 3 deck beams on the whole aft part of the ship that goes up to the deck. What we want to do is remove these windows completely, put in a new sheet of metal, take the deck beams and put in some new so they go all the way up to the deck, and then make 2 new windows that can open. And we're going to put them in between the beams so that we won't weaken the structure of the boat. This might be, well, I don't know, but we would like to do it like that. On the aft part of the boat, we have, originally there was 2 large windows here. I don't know why they were taken out, but they were replaced with these smaller windows, and the sheet holding the davit was bolted onto the ship and then glued all the way around. Again, this might be sufficient, but I would like to weld in some new pieces and put in some new windows. So yeah, that's definitely one of the big jobs to do, especially here in the aft part. Underneath the mizzen mast, there was an old support going down, but the support was totally rusted away. So we also have to make a new support for the mizzen mast. We're going to make a wall through and make 2 cabins, I think, so we can make the support inside this wall and up to meet the deck beam, because the mast is going to be right between the 2 deck beams. So by doing 2 supports and then cutting out a thick piece of steel and putting it into the deck, I think we'll have a very good support for the mizzen mast.
Yeah, that should be enough for the support.
Yeah.
But it has been when the mast was on
Yeah.
the boat previously, so
Yeah.
we're thinking that would be a good solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're working on making new frames for the hatches, but we'll get back to that. But we're going to cut them in 1.5 centimeters of steel, and we'll use some of the leftovers to make a big plate here to put the mast foot on, and do the same in the front for the main mast.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
support for the mizzen mast. Well, moving a bit forward, we have the sides of the wheelhouse. One of the only holes we found where the rust has gone directly through the metal is here. Here we had the old air intake for the engine room. I think it was air intake on this side and then outlet on the other side. This side is definitely worse than the other. Here we have a hole through, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of corrosion here. I would like to cut out this whole piece, make some kind of new box for the ventilation, and then also include fuel caps for both water and diesel. Because as it is right now, the fuel caps are up here directly in the deck, and as you can see, we also have quite a bit of corrosion around the 2 caps, and the same on the other side. That's why we had the big hole in the fuel tank that was water coming down from the deck onto the fuel tank. So if we can somehow make a box that goes a bit out on deck and closes, and then put the fuel caps on top of the box, then we can raise the caps so that we don't get the rust around them, and also make some kind of air intake and outlet on the other side for the ventilation as well. They look really strong, I think, from my point of view, of course. They're made out of I-beams, two I-beams that go all the way through down here and are mounted very strongly into the keel and also into the beams. So down here, unless we find any critical rust, which we haven't yet, we still need to remove this concrete in this compartment. But unless we find something that's really not good, I think it's going to stay as it is. But on top, we have a lot of corrosion again. We've had water coming down through where the wires come in from the mast. And because of the insulation, again, the water has been able to stay up here and just do a lot of damage. So we're going to make a cutout of the deck again. Maybe, I think we are going to replace this I-beam up here, the short one going in between them, and then put a new thick steel plate on top that we can fasten the mast onto. But by doing that, I definitely think we have a strong foundation for the mast. Let me know what you think, because I'm no expert. This is beginner's level for me, so let me know if you have any comments to it. But I think it looks very strong. Well, all the way in the front, as I was clearing out the insides of the boat, I noticed that there was quite a lot of rust in these holes. So I cut out this piece to better get access to the thruster tunnel or pipe in here. Unfortunately, because of the concrete, these holes that were meant to lead the water away from the area, the concrete had blocked up these holes, so that water was able to stand up to this level in here and corrode away on this pipe for the thruster and also the hull and frame. We haven't measured it yet. We have this device for measuring the metal. We haven't got around to measuring this yet. But if we have some serious corrosion down here, we'll have to replace what's needed. Hopefully not too much. I hope this pipe has been made quite thick, but we have to measure it first. Otherwise, the bilge actually looks really good. We measured some of it after we took out the concrete, and it looks good. Still around 5 millimeters of metal. So hopefully no problems, and we'll have to figure out a solution to carry the water away from here. But hopefully we won't have to replace too much of the hull. Well, here we are at the front hatch, and this definitely is the one with the most corrosion. Yeah. As you can see,
water has been coming in and corroding the metal. So,
but luckily we decided, I don't know if it's luck.
I don't know if it's luck, but at least we decided out of need, because we need some more cabins and more sleeping space.
In our hunt for cabins on board, we're going to divide this front cabin into two.
Into two.
Yeah. So from the main mast and forward, we're going to have a wall dividing two cabins.
Yeah. So we have to close this hole.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter that the metal's not good, because we're replacing it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're just going to cut a big piece out of the deck and replace it like we did in the back with one solid piece of
Metal sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also we're going to replace the deck beam that once was across here. Make it all good and strong again.
Yeah.
We still have in each cabin we have
two hatches. There's one in each room, so we'll be able to get some air in.
Yeah, so. And we still have escape routes. But yeah, other than that, I think we finished up inside.
And all the most obvious things that we will replace.
There are definitely going to be more.
Yeah.
If we're going to take off all the smaller beams connecting the main beams in below deck, so that we can easier
get below the deck.
Yeah, sandblast
and paint and all this that we have to do also.
But otherwise, I don't think we have the more to show you down here.
No, I think we'll move outside now, maybe.
Yeah, let's go outside and have a look. We're going to talk about the hatches. Well, we want to replace or prevent the water from going into the seals of the hatches in the future and corroding the steel as it has now. We're going to cut away 5 centimeters all the way around the hatch, and then we're in contact with a machine shop that's going to make frames in 1.5 centimeters of steel, so that we get to raise the hatch 1 centimeter from the deck. That way the water will run around the hatch instead of in next to the seal. And we're going to do that on all the hatches. We have 4 hatches that are going to stay on the foredeck, and we have 2 on the wheelhouse, and we're also going to do it with the hatch down to the chain lugger. When making these frames, we're going to have a lot of leftover steel from the middles, and we're going to use that as basis for the masts, as we talked about. We're going to make a base for the anchor winch. We're going to make bases for the 2 big winches on the wheelhouse, and also for the wheel on the aft deck and the gear lever. So a lot of frames. When it comes to the anchor winch, this is a manual windlass. We haven't really decided if we need the exercise enough to keep the manual winch, or if we're going to get an electric one. But nevertheless, we're going to make a strong footing for the winch, and we're going to make it bigger so that we can accommodate a big electric winch if it gets to that. The hatch into the chain lugger is a fiberglass hatch with a wood framing. I think we're going to do something about this. We haven't really decided yet, because that also depends on where to put the windlass, with the chain going across the hatch. If we have the chain going across it right now, we won't be able to open the hatch. So if maybe we're going to move it to one side, or we're going to move the windlass. We haven't decided yet, but we have all winter to find out. But we're definitely going to do something up here. Here we are on the roof of the wheelhouse. Here we have the big or the two main winches. As you can see, they're mounted on a piece of wood, but we want to replace this piece with a big piece of the metal sheet left over from the hatches. So here as well we're going to cut a hole and replace and put in the 1.5 centimeters of metal sheet, just to give it a strong base and the base that's lifted so that we don't get any penetration of water underneath it. The last thing we're going to look at on deck of the boat is the foundations for the steering wheel and the throttle lever. As you can remember, before they were placed on a piece of wood sandwiched between the deck and the pedestal, or what you call it. Here we're going to raise it as well with a thick piece of sheet metal for both the steering wheel and the throttle lever, and we're talking about maybe making a hole for emergency steering up here as well, that's connected to the steering wheel, but we'll have a look at that. Now I think we'll go down and have a look at the hull on the outside and see what we have to do there. Well, here we are underneath the boat. As you can see, here we have the thruster. We have some surface rust in here, but I think we can clean it up and then just coat it again. Other than that, we have the through holes. We have two from the two old toilets inside. We have to move the toilet. It's going to be in another position. So we're going to close the through holes. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we have to close them. But other than that, it really looks good down here. We've measured along quite a lot of places, and everywhere we measure, we have just around 4.9 to 5 millimeters of steel, and it's made out of 5mm steel, so yeah, that's good. The keel that's filled with concrete, we've measured on that as well, and it's the same. Even the bottom of the keel, which has been sitting in the dirt for I don't know how many years, actually looks okay. We have around 4.8 millimeters of steel down there. And unless we find a place that's too thin, I don't think we're going to do anything about it. But in the back, in here we have some suspicious looking patches that has been put on. 4 or 5 patches in all. We don't know what's behind it. Nobody was able to tell us what's behind it, if there's actually a hole in the... We can't see anything from the inside. So maybe it's just because the sheet has gone really thin here. But nevertheless, we're going to cut off the patches, have a look, measure the whole plate around here, and then we're going to replace, I think, a section of it. Here as well we're going to replace the section just to make sure that we have solid steel in the hull. We have some challenges around here, because here we have concrete behind it, but here by this patch there's no concrete, luckily, and up here as well. Makes it a lot easier. But we do have a patch down here, or some kind of repair work, and if we have a problem here, we have to open up, knock away all the concrete, and then repair it, and then put in some new concrete. But well, that's a whole other story. But yeah, definitely some work to do down here. Well, that's
that for the boat, I think.
A little trip around the boat, looking at all the
lots and lots of work.
all the places we have to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Happy we found all the places though, more or less. We hope so. Anyway.
Yeah. But there's definitely a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But we're optimistic.
Yeah.
I think it's just metal work. Take one piece at a time, and I think
one piece out, new piece in.
Yeah.
Let's just it's like one day at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And we're definitely going to find more, but well, we'll take it as it comes.
Yeah, and as for now, that's what we found, so that's what we're gonna work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I think we're going to show you a new piece of tool.
A new piece of equipment.
Yeah. A new tool.
A new tool. Yeah. That will make the work maybe go a lot smoother.
Yeah.
We hope anyway.
Let's go have a look. To help us make all the cuts in the boat, and also cut out the new sheets for the holes, we bought a plasma cutter. Now, I've never worked with a plasma cutter before, so this is all new terrain for me. But as I've seen on the internet, and after trying to do some cuts in 5mm steel as we have on the boat, I really think this is going to be a big help for us. First of all, I don't want to do all the cuts with an angle grinder. It's noisy, it's messy, and we're going to use a whole lot of discs. This can make round corners, and it's way easier. I know, of course, we have to grind the edges after cutting with this before we weld, but I think I'd rather use the angle grinder for 5 minutes after using this than for the entire cut. So this, combined with our welder, we just got some new welding cord for it. It's flux cord, I think it's called, and it's really looking promising when we do the test welds. So now I think we're really set up to getting the job done. So yeah, I guess that's that for this video. I think we covered most of the jobs to be done. Yeah, the big ones. Welding wise. And cutting. Yeah. So yeah. And remember, it's going to be around a month before I get back home from work and start welding. So if you have any comments or good advice for us, any tips, then it's definitely now's the time, because there's going to be a period now where we're not doing anything. Klaus is at work. So any tips you can give us, we'll greatly appreciate, because we are green at everything we're doing, and we're, as we keep saying in every video, doing it as we go, learning as we go, and it's just everything is an adventure and a headache and a lot of stress, and so any help that you can give us. And if you have any questions, and also don't forget to ask them, because we do answer all the comments that come in. Unless it's 1 million. Unless I don't think so. But we're nowhere near that end. so yeah. But I think that's that for now. Yeah. And we'll see you when Klaus gets back. Yeah. We're looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting to work. Yeah. It's been a quiet period, but now it's back in action. It's back to work when I get back from work. Yeah. From work. Work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.